to 21st Century Literature from the Philippines and the World Instructional Video Series. Our topic is about literature and dimensions of Philippine literary history. Are you ready to set sail and begin your voyage? Well, it's time to go aboard to set your quest for knowledge and motion. Have fun! Studying literature can be very easy with the right amount of knowledge gained from your journey in the past. Do you know how literature landscape has evolved? For our next journey, I will guide you in gathering more literary tools that will surely make learning convenient. This time, let's test the water. Let me read to you the statements carefully while you listen, then identify the letter of the correct answer as to when did it happen. Are you ready? Let's begin. Number 1. Jose Rizal's work such as No Limitangere and El Filibusterismo were written to awake the mind of our countrymen. When did it happen? A. Spanish period. B. American period. C. Pre-Spanish period. Or D. Period of Enlightenment. Number 2. The Philippines has literature such as legends, folktales, folk songs, and the like. When was this? A. Spanish period. B. Japanese period. C. Pre-Spanish period. Or D. Period of Enlightenment. Number 3. In this period, religious books were written like Doctrina Christiana to support or contradict the Catholic Church. Was it A. Spanish period, B. American period, C. 21st century period, or D. Period of Enlightenment? Number 4. Filipino writers went into all forms of literature like news, reporting, poetry, stories, plays, essays, and novels, which clearly depicted their love of country and their longings for independence. What period did it occur? A. EDSA I period. B. American period. C. Pre-Spanish period. Or D. The Third Republic period. Number 5. Filipino literature was given a break during this period where the Filipino literature was prohibited to use. Many wrote plays, poems, short stories, etc. Topics and themes were often about life in the provinces. When did it actually happen? A. Japanese period. B. American period. C. Pre-Spanish period. Or D. The Third Republic period. Literature. Before giving you out what literature means, let me share first its etymology. Literature is derived from the Latin term litera, which means letter or titik in Filipino. Literature is a body of work, either written, oral, or visual, which contains imaginative language that realistically portrays thoughts, emotions, and experiences of the human conditions, meaning it is a faithful reproduction of man's manifold experiences blended into one harmonious expression. Would you believe that there is what we call forever? Yes, there is truth to literature or panitikan. In Panitikang Pilipino, written by Maria S. Ramos, Obdulia Atienza, Anita R. Nazal, and Lucila A. Salazar, it says that true literature is a piece of work which is undying. Philippine literature has achieved a stature that is phenomenal. The growth of written literature is slow and evolutionary, and both history and literature are slowly unfolding before us. Time frames may not be necessary in a study of literature, but since they are inescapably related, it has become facilitative to map up a system which will aid us in delineating certain time boundaries. Moving forward, let's determine the different dimensions of Philippine literary history. Oh, it's exploration time. What do you think are the images pertain to? Let's take a look. You're right, it pertains to geography. What about these other two images or illustrations? Good job! Let's welcome language. Moving on, have a good luck on this. Yes, you got it right. It's ethnicity. Here are the three dimensions of the Philippine literary history, such as geography, language, and of course, ethnicity. Let's take geography. Geography is derived from the Greek word geographia, which literally means earth description. Furthermore, it is the study of place and the relationships between people and their environments. The next dimension of Philippine literary history is language. It is a system of conventional spoken, manual, or written symbols by which individuals express themselves. In other words, it is a structural system of communication. Then we have ethnicity. Ethnicity is a notion that refers to social entities sharing real or putative inscriptive features like a common origin or cultural, linguistic legacy, which assumably command special collective commitment as well as their retention and transmission. Can you see the literary map? Note how our geographic, linguistic, and ethnic dimensions of Philippine literary history from pre-colonial to contemporary time contribute and are influenced by the various events. Let's take a look. Which among the literary pieces are you familiar with? What were the changes happened in our literature as the time passed by? Let's keep the track. Do you know that our forefathers already had their own literature, which was reflected in their customs and traditions? Yes, they had their own alphabet, even before they were colonized. Their alphabet was burned by the Spanish friars in the belief that they were works of the devil, or were written on materials that easily perished, like the barks of trees, dried leaves, and bamboo cylinders, which could not have remained undestroyed even if efforts were made to preserve them. Other records that remained showed folk songs that proved existence of a native culture truly our own. Some of these were passed on by word of mouth that they reached the hands of some publishers or printers who took interest in printing the manuscripts of the ancient Filipinos. Our unique geographic location is the reason for having rich and varied. I hope you've enjoyed the lessons that I have lined up for you. Please join me next time. Barak Alafek. May God bless you.